Greetings, dear brothers and sisters, dear sons and daughters in the light. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, and I welcome you to this most magnificent evening where you will learn to step into your deeper power, where you will learn to find your deeper strength within and connect to your deeper spirit within. And each time we take you into lessons, we look at different aspects of your spiritual being. And every time we come through, we take you through a step-to-step progression. And it's almost like a new cycle, a new beginning to understand and discover yourselves on a deeper level. For these teachings are so great for your deeper learning. And this is why we call these meetings a university of light, because here your acceleration is so fast. Your questions are answered, you receive beautiful healings, and we encourage you to keep coming regularly so that you fully grasp your life in a higher light. And when you come here, brothers and sisters, it's not for us as universal beings of love. It's not for others either, but it's for yourselves, because you here are so important. And when you grow spiritually, you gain a higher understanding of your own life, and you see how your life can change into greatness. And you take a deeper look at yourself, and you understand how everything has come to be in your life. And when you reach that point, dear brothers and sisters, you can learn to change it and learn to stand in greater power and strength and learn to love yourselves deeper. And this is strong spiritual growth. For when you understand your own self greater in the university of light and in all the universal existence, you have a closer relationship with yourself, and then you step into a deeper connection with spirit. And that is beautiful when you can say that you have that deeper understanding of your deeper selves. So this is why we say, happy is the one who sees the great light. For when you sit with us, we help you to understand the deeper aspects of your being. And when we teach, brothers and sisters, it's for your own strength and for your own lives. And when you can relate these teachings to your own lives, you become more empowered with strength, because you can take these teachings and you can learn to become more powerful within, which creates that inner strength in your life. I will allow myself to step back now for a few moments to allow Sarah, Pleiadian High Priestess, to come through for you with a beautiful blessing, and then I shall return. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Halima. Greetings, I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. We always celebrate the times when we can speak to the people. And when we give messages, they are always positive and upbuilding. For we as Pleiadians in the great light are positive and upbuilding beings. And whenever we meet each other, we always greet each other with a great love. And we have love and peace upon our realm, which creates a greater strength within our being. So we are always upbuilding and always uplifting. And when we see a great gift in our dear brothers and sisters on the Pleiadian realms, we never envy them, but we always say how wonderful it is that that being can bring that gift to others. We appreciate it so dearly, and so we are also so gifted in our own selves because we recognize the importance of the gifted ones on our Pleiadian realms. On our Pleiadian realms, there are many, many gifts, like your people also have. And some gifts are stronger with some than in others. And some gifts within some are so outstanding because they are there to help us, all of the Pleiadian people, to rise up higher. We as Pleiadian beings are encouraging you to see the great gifts in each other also, and to help those who are strongly gifted to shine in the light. Never envy them, but see them as bringers of deeper gifts. For these ones are breaking through new boundaries for your higher evolution. And when you encourage each other to grow, then your gifts will shine forth more greatly, because this is why you have the gifts, not only for yourselves, but to help each other evolve. I will bring through a prayer to open you up to the love for each other, to help you to rise in your gifts, and always to see the gifts in another, so that you can be more empowered with a love for yourselves. Greetings. I am Sarah, Pleiadian Master, Pleiadian Guide, Pleiadian High Priestess. Greetings.
Greetings.
Greetings, dear brothers and sisters. I have returned. I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. And it is always so wonderful to see you here, for in these divine spaces we can give you a blessing for your recognition of the great divine beings being present with you. A recognition for you understanding how important these divine teachings are for your life. So we give you blessings and strengths. And each one of you has many strengths. You have not only one strength, but many strengths. And together they create more harmony within your being. It is so beautiful when there is a beautiful person who recognizes their divine strengths. For it is when you recognize your divine strengths that you stand in your greater power and in your greater knowledge and in your greater wisdom. It is this that you all desire very much, is it not? How do I gain more wisdom, Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great? How do I gain more harmony within my being? How can I shine with more love to others? How can I bring more love to my life when everything seems so erratic? When everything seems so up and down, up and down? How can I bring everything in harmony within my life? We say as divine masters, please see the beautiful strengths within your being. Please see how beautiful you are and admire those strengths within you. Admire the peace within you when you have it. Admire all the flows of love within your being. Begin to admire the person you are. What happens when a person begins to understand the deeper harmony within themselves is they create a greater flow within their lives. It is when you recognize the importance of yourselves that you begin to grow the most. It is this divine recognition that must be told. It is your story of your existence, your story of your beautiful life. And you have not only one life, brothers and sisters. You come here so many times, over and over and over and over again. Not only on this plane for many of you, but you travel many other dimensional spaces. So you have all that wisdom. When you come into different lifetimes, you gain all that wisdom. You gain all those strengths. And you have all those strengths within your being. So you are almost, you could say, a collector of strengths. So you collect talents, you collect gifts, you collect power, you collect energy, you collect higher consciousness. At times, you may be asleep to your deeper gifts and to your deeper talents. You may not be aware of them. And because of the energies being so dense upon your beautiful plane, you have a little amnesia, as it were, and you forget about all the other lifetimes that you lived. And when you begin to awaken, you begin to remember. It is this deeper remembering that is so important for your being. It is as if a light is switched on within you, and you begin to see the greater gifts within you. But how do the greater gifts grow, dear brothers and sisters? How do they grow within your being? They must be recognized. They must be seen, not by others, but by you. They must be seen by you. It is as if you have new glasses on and you can see your life as different. You can start seeing life from a greater perspective. You can see life from a greater distance, and you can see within your life and you say, I have these strengths And at the time that you notice these strengths, you may not even know where they come from. And this may give you confusion. You may not become aware of your greater gifts until you make more sense of it. How did I know that I could do this? Where did I get that information from? Why is it that I'm so good at doing this particular talent? Why can I see into the future? I do not understand. But this is because you are all so gifted. When you have a deep love for spirituality, you begin to see life a lot clearer. For it is when a person begins to take the inner journey that you begin to see with greater eyes. And it is then that you begin to see your life as completely different. Learn to step into the inner journey, friends. Learn to see all the gifts that you have gathered. Do not compare your gifts to anyone else, for they have gathered their gifts on their journeys. We are asking you to look at your gifts and to see what journeys you have had. For the journeys you have had are very, very important for your life. And it is then that you gain a greater wisdom. It is then that you gain the greater might within your being. It is then that you gain a greater love and a greater connection to all of life. It is then that you gain a greater appreciation for yourself and for the universe and for all of existence around you. And all the universe is part of you, because the universe is part of your greater existence. And when you awaken to the oneness between everything and everyone, life becomes so magical because you do not see yourself as separated any longer, but you see the togetherness. You see how united life is. And when you begin to understand the oneness and that everyone is part of you and you are part of everyone and you are all here to discover the great oneness together, life begins to take on a whole new meaning. It is then that the person that receives this deeper wisdom becomes more of compassion. This is because they can see everything as a reflection of themselves within. This is when we are asking you to step more out of your pain and out of your fear and into a deeper knowing that you are part of something that is so magnificent and so beautiful. So when you understand that you are so gifted, dear brothers and sisters, when you understand that you are so important in all of life, you have that deeper appreciation. Now we're asking you to start noting your deeper gifts down. When you do this on a day-to-day basis, we ask you to seriously look at each gift and to start looking at how you have used this gift in your life. How do you use it in your day-to-day life? And then how can you use it more often? Could you perhaps create higher lessons for your being to help you to understand your deeper gifts? What are your deeper longings in life? How can you learn to dig within yourselves deeper on a higher level and to see your greater gifts? So many people here upon this plane have such deep gifts, and their longings to carry out their greater gifts is so very, very deep. However, because of their fear of not achieving, they do not reach out to their deeper gifts. So it is as if they say, it is not for me in this lifetime. I do not have the courage to go deeper within my gifts. I do not want to go there in case of failure. We as Divine Masters ask you to look at life in a whole new way. And we are taking you now into a lesson that stands above your physical life, into your deeper spiritual life. And this is one of the lessons that Jesus also taught. When he brought through my teachings, the people understood it very, very well. And the way that Jesus channeled the teachings of myself, as Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great, was exactly the same as you are hearing through this channel. And because these teachings were so precious to the people back then, because these teachings made sense, the people who desired to take on the higher lessons of light began to blossom in their lives. And there were many young ones also that took on these higher teachings. And they overcame their fear. And they began to find the deeper courage within because of their deeper understanding that they were spiritual beings. You today, you must also comprehend that you're not only physical beings. You are here as spiritual beings, living in a dense reality of your own making. And when you understand this, you grow far above your reality and you create a higher reality. Up there in the higher spaces, it is as if the Master has given you many talents for your life at this time. And these talents are to be used by you, for you are students of the great Masters. And up there in the higher spaces, when the High Masters approach you, they are teachers and they give you talents. And they say, go and multiply these talents. And when you come back to the higher realms of love, we want to see how many talents you've collected. And when you have doubled the talents, we say to you, well done, dear one, for you can go to the next level. And in the next lifetime, the Master will give you more talents. And it's for you to discover the greater talents upon your plane. And when you multiply those talents again, your evolution up there in the higher spaces becomes so great. And so the journey goes on in the higher spaces. So let us go back into the spiritual realms then. And say you were with a Divine Master who gave you a pouch with 5 talents. And you as a student were directed to come here to this most beautiful earth with a pouch with 5 talents. And the Master said, go and double it. Go and discover your deeper talents, dear student. Go and discover it. Collect your deeper talents and then double it. And then go back to these divine spaces when you finished your earthly space. And let us see how many spaces and talents you've collected. How much have you collected? How much will you discover? How much will you discover your deeper wisdom? And so you come here to this earth with these talents. And these talents are great, dear one. For these talents that you have given yourself by your greater self are not small. These talents are great. And you come here to this earth with the most beautiful talents that you have collected from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And then you come into this lifetime and you say, but I fear them. I do not want to add to them. I fear them so much. I know I can teach. I know I can build. I know I can do all these things. I know I can write books, but my fear is greater. I do not wish to see myself in the mirror of the reflection, and I do not wish to add to my talents. So then you go back to spirit, and your great master, who is your greater self, will say, so dear student, have you learned? How many talents have you collected? And you will say, I have not collected more talents. Because of my fear, I refused to add more talents. I did not have the courage to go within and add to the talents. Look, I have not. And so you will go back again until you add to the talents. Until you understand that you come here to this most beautiful plane to add to your spaces, to add to your frequencies, to add to your gifts, to add to your talents, and then you move on. And thus many people do not understand the spiritual journey. And once you awaken to it, it becomes so beautiful because you look at life from a higher angle. You begin to see your life as talents. You begin to see your life as great and gifted. So I, as a divine universal master, am asking you to do this divine exercise. Say you are given 5 talents. 5 talents in this most beautiful lifetime. And all these talents, we're here to help you evolve up higher. And they were given to you to evolve others too. Can you name 5? If you can name 5, you are doing extremely well. Only 5. Well, you've given yourself many talents. If you can discover more, you are doing very, very well. I am especially talking to the people who are evolved and who are here to push themselves up higher spiritually. For you have given yourself these beautiful gifts. And then I'm asking you to discover what it is that you want to find deeper. Because when you feel you have a talent, and you want to discover it deeper, that talent is already worth you. But you may not have the courage to face it. You may not have the courage to do it. So then I'm asking you to go to that step. Go down deeper. What is your deeper desire? What is it that you would love to discover as a greater gift? It may not necessarily be, as you would call, a spiritual gift. All gifts upon this plane are spiritual. Please understand that. Gardening is a spiritual gift too. And if you desire to save the roses and to save the trees, that is a spiritual gift. If you desire to save the whales, that is a spiritual gift too. It's not only of healing people or seeing another and seeing where they can go to in their careers or greater things. In your own backyard, growing vegetables and having them grow so beautifully for other people and for yourself, that is a spiritual gift too. So these spiritual gifts are given to you. So these may be things that you already do. And I, as a divine master, am asking you to see them and to see how you're developing these gifts. Having your own business is a spiritual gift as well. Developing that strength within your being. Those are talents. Those are gifts. So please never underestimate what you do for a living. These are talents. And I'm asking you to only name 5. If you can discover more, then please do so. Then I'm also going to ask you to go to the next step then. How are you helping others evolve with your deeper spiritual gifts? Go deeper. Find yourselves deeper. When you can reach this stage, dear brothers and sisters, you can see your life from a whole greater aspect. It isn't as if you don't have a higher purpose any longer. You can see your higher purpose taking place. And it's when you begin to connect to your deeper talents that you can start seeing your greater picture. And if you were going to go to Spirit now and you were going to meet your greater master, could you say you've doubled your talents? Could you honestly tell your greater master, look, I have doubled my talents. I have helped my people, the people around me, to develop, to evolve up higher with my spiritual gifts. Because as a spiritual being, here upon this plane and up in the higher heavens, that makes you happy. And when you are happy, you are set free, not only on your plane here, but also on the higher levels. And you can be free to evolve up higher. So your ultimate aim here is to see how you're helping others with your deepest spiritual gifts. And that gives you deep satisfaction, does it not? And it gives you a deep longing to do greater. So all during this discovery, you are also discovering how much pain you are letting go. So let go of the pain. Let go of the fear. Learn to see everything in the greater light. Learn to see everything in harmony and in deeper flow with yourselves, to give you that deeper flow within, so that everything in your life works greater, so that your greater happiness can grow, so that you feel more fulfilled as a person. What happens when you gain a greater fulfillment is that you gain greater eyes and you long to do greater. You have greater goals to fulfill. You see greater avenues for growth. Your energy levels become greater because you gain a greater purpose in life. When a person gains greater purpose, this person gains greater fulfillment and greater happiness, and it is this person that can truly walk the higher path of light. Because the higher path of light is a great path. It is a path of deep satisfaction and deep fulfillment and deep happiness. And it is that path that sets that person free from all pain. Because the path is much higher than all the pain and the fear and all that does not belong to the person who is walking in the high energy field. And yes, you will still feel it at times. But we ask you to release it more consciously, to say, that is part of me. I can see it. I can discover it with freedom. I will now let it go because it is not part of me who is growing on a higher path. And when you feel like that, dear brothers and sisters, your gifts will accelerate. And it's okay to be in the pain at times. It's okay. There is no right and there is no wrong in the eyes of the greater light. But it is about your evolution. It is about your acceleration forward. So we encourage you to keep releasing. We encourage you to keep longing for the deeper love within your being and the deeper gifts within your being, and to see yourselves accelerate in the great light. And then you can truly go to your master when it is time and say, look, I've doubled all my gifts and talents. Look, I've done so much on planet Earth. Now can I evolve up higher? And the path will go forward, dear friends, because it's towards high evolution. It's letting go of all the other lifetimes that have been of pain and of suffering, so that you do not need to do that part anymore, and you step into greatness. And your joy will be so great, and you will bring so much greatness to the people here upon this plane, or wherever you're going, because you have achieved a whole new level. So please understand that this time is so important to your evolution, because you have greater opportunities to evolve up higher than in any other lifetime in your history. Why? Because it is the time of the Great Awakening. It is the great sun consciousness returning upon your plane. This is why it is such a beautiful time. So I've taught you much. I've taught you how to evolve up higher, to help you to see everything from a higher perspective, to help you to see how to gain greater flow within your life and to become happier and free, to help you to appreciate your deeper gifts greater, to help you to evolve within yourselves greater. I have also transmitted the most beautiful energies along with the teaching. So I've given you energies of harmony and great flow, so that you can learn these lessons greater, and it will help you so much in your beautiful life. This is your deeper blessing. I thank you very, very much for being present with myself as Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great. Greetings, I am Sovereign Lord Emmanuel the Great.
Greetings.